Packer fans, the wait time is over. The Green Bay Packers just made a shockingly good signing. Who am I talking about, guys? Before I get into it, if you'd like the content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's jump into it. I'm sure you've heard by now the Packers have named Jeff Hafley as their defensive coordinator. Okay, so if you're just looking at his college stats as far as a head coaching position with Boston College, as far as wins, losses, the numbers are not sexy. They don't jump off the page. He had a 22-26 overall record in the 4 seasons at Boston College, taking them to 2 bowl games in 4 seasons, which to me, it's really tough not to make a bowl game in college. That's one of the things that irritates me so much about college football is that they dish out so many bowl games that it's really tough. It makes it tough not to make a bowl game. The Boston College Eagles only go to 2 of the 4 seasons that he is their head coach. Okay, but more importantly, this guy is a defensive back coach. He's a genius when it comes to defensive backs, right? He started his career out with Tampa Bay, then moved on to Cleveland and then San Francisco. To then he went on to Ohio State to take a defensive role there, and then moves on as the head coach of the Boston College Eagles. Okay, so here's why I think this is a very good hire for the Green Bay Packers. Okay, so Jeff Hafley is known for causing a ton of chaos and disruption around the line of scrimmage, something that the Packers lacked in over the last few years. When I hear that and when I see that and I see what he does and what he's able to accomplish defensively and what he's been able to do, I think that we are going to have much more success than we've had, especially when we're talking run defense there for the Packers. Okay, so here's what we can expect to see from Jeff Hafley's defense. We will see a post safety in the middle of the field, and we're going to play it. He plays a lot of cover 1 man and cover 3 zone out of a 4-man front, right? So, which the good news for the Green Bay Packers and Packer fans is that their DNs and outside linebackers will not have to be dropping back into coverage like we saw a lot in Joe Barry's defense, not nearly as much as what they had to do there. So Hafley's strengths plays into our weaknesses when we're talking about D-backs and safeties, what that guy is able to do with defensive backs and safeties, which that is one of our weaknesses, this past season. We need so much safety help there. Now, and when we start talking about cornerbacks, right, what he's been able to do historically with cornerbacks and make them so much better, elevate their game. When I hear that, I'm like, oh my gosh, a healthy Jair Alexander, he is going to be utilized so much more because they do a lot of press coverage. I am super excited about that. I don't know about you guys. That's got to pump you up, especially because we've been seeing so much, just zone, so much guys playing 20 yards off the line of scrimmage. Okay, so uh, we were playing 2 high safeties, and now we will be able to see more of the true single high under Jeff Hafley's defense. This means both a strong safety and free safety are going to have more defined roles and a lot less confusion, which that is what we saw this past season. So much confusion, especially in the safety position of guys didn't know they were playing out of position, didn't know who had what assignment. They're going to have more defined roles under Jeff Hafley's defensive scheme. So I'm super excited about that. What did Richard Sherman have to say about Jeff Hafley? Let's take a listen.
Hafley, now you've had a full season to work with him, get to know him, how he operates. What has impressed you about him?
His preparation is some of the best I've seen. I've had some great defensive back coaches, some great defensive coaches, defensive minds, and he's right up there. He's with his preparation and how he breaks down film and how easy and simple he makes the game plan sound and how easy he makes it for guys to understand. Like, he paints a very vivid picture of what you're going to see, and it's all about executing. Like I've tried to explain to you guys over and over. Like, they give us the plays a lot of times. A lot of times they prepare us really well, and it's
okay, so to me, and I'm sure you guys hear the same thing. Okay, so that excites me so much as a Packer fan, just to hear that the way that he preps and prepares for the game, and then he also just translates that to the players to make it way easier for them, simplify the game. The game is not a complicated game unless you've got a coach in there that's really trying to make things complicated and complex. To me, this is super exciting. I think this is a great hire for the Green Bay Packers. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, what your thoughts are about getting Jeff Hafley in there, especially with, the six other candidates that we interviewed. I think Jeff Hafley is going to do big things in this Green Bay Packers defense with the talent that we have there. Let me know what you think. Go Pack Go.